God bless you all. And thank you so much for joining me tonight on the Jafora Fox Show. I am so excited to have you all here watching on tonight. So I have two amazing guests on tonight to provide you with some awesome information. So God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining the Jafora Fox Show. I am your host, Jafora Fox. And please say hello and let me know that you're here joining us on tonight. So God bless you. God bless you. And happy Wednesday to each and every one of you. And God bless you. God bless you. I pray that your day has been great. And as I always say, I know that it has been because we command our day to be great. So God bless you again. Thank you so much for joining the Jafora Fox Show. If you would please make sure that you would share, tag others in this Facebook Live. It was greatly appreciated. Also, go to my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Jafora Fox Show. So you can go to my YouTube channel. Make sure you ring that bell so that it will provide you with some notifications on your when the Jafora Fox Show is going to be going live. So right now, actually I have some great news that I am going to share later. I tell you, God is absolutely amazing. And I'm so excited about what God is doing. So say hello, say hello. Hi, Allison. God bless you, my sister in love. Thank you so much for tuning in through YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. And if you are joining from Facebook, please make sure you like, share, and tag others in the Facebook Live. So hello. God bless you. Good evening to you, Sister Brown. Thank you so much for joining, and share, tag, like others in the Facebook Live. And also, don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is greatly appreciated if you would do that. And so, as I said before, have two amazing guests with some amazing information that is going to be very helpful to each and every one of you all. So take the time now to just click on that share button or tag some of your friends, family, and let them know that you are here with me, joining me on tonight. So God bless you. Thank you. Hello, Gail, my sister in love. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining on tonight. So God bless you. I'm going to go ahead and first, before I do that, my two guests that I have on tonight, I have attorney Grace Okorie Eric, and she is an attorney that concentrates her practice in the areas of immigration law and real estate. And then I have none other than the CFO, entrepreneur CFO himself, Perry Jefferies the third. He is the CFO, the entrepreneur CFO, you all. And so he is going to come with some amazing dynamic information that is going to be able to help you with your business needs. And so I am going to start out with some tips for you, some business strategy tips for you on tonight. So to give you that information, and again, please make sure you share, tag, and like others. Share, love, all of that. Share in the Facebook Live. Oh, let's see. I have another. Hi, Darren, Nanas. There's one of my grandsons. Listen, these kids are so smart. They figured out, I can go and watch Nana on her show. So hi, Darren. Thank you. You and Courtney, I love you. Thank you. They're watching from YouTube. So thank you. And then they subscribe to my YouTube channel. Kids are super smart. So thank you, Darren and Courtney, for joining in and watching the Jafora Fox Show. So let's see. We have some information. And so on tonight, I will be talking about vendors. And on before, I have given you all the steps up until now. So just some business strategy tips. And always, if you have any other questions, concerns, you can always feel free to reach out. So on tonight, it will be build your paydex score. And that's what we talked about on last week, is about that paydex score, your Dun & Bradstreet. So I'm just going to give you tonight some vendors that you can use to get started with building building your business credit. And this is with no personal guarantee, and it will be referred to as APG. So separating your business from yourself is not the whole story. That's just laying the foundation. And remember, on last week, we talked about laying that foundation that you can build on. And that foundation was making sure that you had all of those other stuff, the things we talked about, in place, those steps set up so that you can move to this phase of building your business credit. And so you must stack the blocks, because that's what we're doing. And they must be stacked in order. And so even with the order of what that looks like, just look at your portfolio and the things that you're doing, because what may work in an order for someone else may not work for you, but it will work with this information that I am providing. A lot of times we look at and see what other people are doing. Oh, this person will say, I got approved for this. And then you run off and try to do it, but you don't know what's in their full portfolio or what's on their file from the beginning. So just make sure that you stack your business credit and what you're doing that pertains to you and your business. You can just follow all of these steps and then go apply. You can't just follow all these steps and then go apply for regular business credit cards with your business credit, which means that in the tiers, so you can't just jump right out there and think, okay, this is with no personal guarantee that I'm going to be able to go to Chase or some of the larger banks, and I'm going to be able to use my business credit to get those credit cards that they have without personally guaranteeing the items. So again, you won't be able to jump out there in the beginning. And this is just for, you're not using your social security number. If you're wanting to personally guarantee it, you can, but I would just wait to build that first. Get everything built so that it's separated from your personal, from your business. And so then it still doesn't exist. So what that means is that just follow these steps. You can't just follow the steps. I just want to make sure that we're clear about that and what it is that you're doing. So you're just not jumping out there, just doing things. So the key to building the Paydex score is the vendor credit tier. And on the other half, I'm going to show you 5 of those that you can use for that vendor credit tier. They're just fillers that you want to use so you can build your Paydex score. And this is how you will initially build your Paydex score so that you can apply for credit from those lenders that will want to see a strong credit score, strong score. And this score we're talking about, this is all business. This is not personal. The vendor credit tier includes starter vendors that will issue invoices with net 30 terms without even checking your personal credit. So net 30 terms means that you have to have it paid in full in 30 days. And it's best to pay it early. But make sure you don't go past those 30 days. So the net 30 terms, and you'll hear and see and read the different terms. Some are net 15, 30, they have 55. This particular ones here that I'm going to show you, they are net 30 terms. So make sure that you pay your balance in full within those 30-day terms. Set up your account in your business name, and they will report your on-time payments to the business credit reporting agencies. You also want to make sure who these particular vendors report to. Some of them that I have given you, I wanted to make sure that they're reporting to your Dun & Bradstreet, because the idea is to build that Paydex score. But do your due diligence and check as well, because information changes so rapidly. And so you want to make sure you do your due diligence from this information. As a matter of fact, anytime you receive information, you should always be doing your due diligence, always researching, reading, and then asking the questions if you have any questions or concerns. So it is important to note that not all of them, as I just said, report to all the credit reporting agencies. So be sure you find those that report to the Dun & Bradstreet if you're wanting to build the Paydex score fast. And when I say fast, I'm meaning that's relative, not fast like when you put it in the microwave and it's going to happen overnight. This is not an overnight process, but it can be done, but it's not fast as you would think, but will it take years? Absolutely not. So when I say fast, it's relative to, 3 to 4 months, 6 months, if you're following the steps that you should be able to build your PEDX score if you are following the steps correctly. The more of these vendors you have reporting, the faster your score will grow. And remember, though, you must pay on time. That is extremely key. You must pay on time. And just another sidebar, if you're needing to work on your personal credit, be doing that also while you're building your business credit. You can be working on those things simultaneously while you're trying to build. So make sure you take note of all of this information. So now, my guest that's coming up is Attorney Grace Okorie Eric from Eric Law Group. Attorney Grace has concentrated her practice in the areas of immigration law and real estate law. And so Attorney Grace has some amazing information that she's going to be providing on tonight. So before we get started with Attorney Grace, I am going to just say hello to everyone. Hello, hi, Grammy. Good evening. God bless you, my mother in love. Thank you so much for supporting and tuning in. Love you, love you. Thank you, thank you. So appreciate your continued support. Thank you, thank you. And to each and every one of you all, if you're here again, make sure that you share. Click on that share button. Click on the share button and let me know you're here. Send those hearts. And I see that you all are watching, but I would ask that you would say hello and share and tag others in the Facebook Live. And again, thank you so much for watching the Jafora Fox Show. And so as I stated, Attorney Grace, her concentration is immigration law and real estate. And so I just provided to you what her practice areas are. And so I'm going to have Attorney Grace just talk a bit more about the immigration law and the real estate law. So God bless you, Attorney Grace. Thank you so much for being a guest. I'm so honored and excited to have you on tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, Jafora. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you.
And so if you would, Attorney Grace, just talk to us about when you started your practice and immigration law being one of the areas that you chose, what was some of the reasons why you chose doing immigration law?
So I would say that the attraction to immigration law actually goes back to my roots. I was born in Nigeria, raised in Nigeria, before my entire family relocated to the United States. So immigration law has kind of been part of my identity, you would say. And then after law school, when I decided to choose a path or a concentration in my practice, it was kind of almost automatic for me, especially because as an immigrant, I feel like I've seen both sides of the world. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I understand, what would make a person want to just uproot everything you have and move to a foreign place where you don't know anyone, you have nothing, and just to start all over again. And for me, just personally, it just gives me a lot of satisfaction when I'm able to help and assist a fellow immigrant like myself, just get settled and get established in the United States, achieve their travel goals, whatever it may be, or just, just get themselves together in the new country that they find themselves in because of one condition or the other.
Oh, that is awesome. And what a blessing to be able to give back, to be helping others to be able to achieve the American dream of if they want to come over and, to live in the United States. So that is absolutely amazing. And so one of the other questions I have is, what advice would you give to a client? Because as I talked about, Attorney Grace, her other practice area is real estate. And so what advice would you give a client who is purchasing a home?
Okay. So I like to say I like to help people secure their status. And then after you secure your status, I like to help you secure your wealth, which is real estate. And we all know that, real estate in America, especially real estate is really it's up there. I mean, social media is catching up, but real estate is almost a #1 way where you can achieve wealth, accumulate wealth, and pass it on to generations to come. In terms of your question, I guess what I would advise someone who's purchasing a home, I think first thing will be just do it. Because a lot of people have this, thing in their head as to how convoluted the whole process is. It's so impossible. Oh my God, can I buy a house? Can I do this? People are doing this. How can I do this? But really, if you think about it, first of all, you always will need a roof over your head. So this is something you will pay for the life of you. And then secondly, once you have a job, no matter your income level, once you have a job, I mean, I've seen people who worked at McDonald's. I've had clients who worked at McDonald's, just for example, they were able to buy a home. So first of all, I would say get out of your head. It's easy. Anyone can do this. Whatever it is, even if you think you have bad credit or no credit or whatever, first thing is decide you want to do it. And then when you have the right people on your team, you can actually set up a game plan where if not this year, will set you towards the path of accomplishing your home ownership goal, within actually maybe even less than a few years for the most part. And then I definitely take advantage now. If you're able to do it now because mortgage rates are at a historic low. I mean, I haven't seen them this low I've never seen them. I've been practicing for over 10 years. I've never seen them this low. So I would say, if you can get it together, get your, what's it called? Get your house in order. And, with a little sacrifice, a little self-discipline, you can come up with the money to buy the home. There are so many programs out there, so many down payment assistance program. There's so many, there's so many ways you can get a home. So I guess in a nutshell, I would say my advice really just boils down to do it. And it's not that complicated. So just do it.
Yes, great advice. Definitely great advice. Just do it. And one of the other things that I think is so amazing, as you talked about in having ownership, to hear that, someone, not to take anything away from McDonald's, that you can, work at McDonald's and still obtain a home. Because a lot of times people think that, because I have this type of job that I can't, get a home. And so I think that is absolutely great information. And so the other question I have is name some reasons why property investment is a great idea right now.
Property investment, I say it's a great idea because I have like a whole slew of things I posted on my page. No, I can't. But definitely, like I said before, this is the number one way to secure your wealth. When you buy a property, that's the number one asset that you have that does not depreciate generally does not depreciate. So if you buy, for example, if you buy a car, your $10,000 car, you can't get that amount for it, but you can literally buy a $10,000 home and sell it for $50,000, down the line. And I've had clients, especially investor clients, who purchase properties they pick it up for $20,000, put in $20,000 to rehab it, and they flip it and sell it for $100 and something, $100 and something thousand. So property investment definitely is the number one way to secure wealth, because even if you buy your property as just for the one where you live with your family, you're paying the money that you're paying goes towards your mortgage, and it's chipping down at the money you owe the bank and essentially putting that back into your pocket. So when you sell that home, that's your money, as opposed to when you're paying rent, you can pay rent for 30 years. You can pay rent for 30 years, but none of that money comes back to you. However, if you pay a property and pay down for 30 years, all of that money you paid essentially is coming back to your pocket. That is money that belongs to you. And that's money that belongs to your family. That's the money you can pass on to your generation. And this is a way to accumulate wealth this is not even as a side hustle or as a business. This is just you earning money while you're living, because, you always will need a roof over your head. So definitely for the equity and for the wealth part of it, definitely. And then, of course, you have some tax breaks because you own a property. If you own a property, at the end of the day or at the end of the year when you file your taxes, you are eligible for a lot of deductions that someone who's rented will never have. So that's also a way to not only, you're spending money on where you're living, but you're also bringing money back into your pocket in form of, deductions and things like that. And then also, for example, if you have a property you bought, let's say 50,000, you paid on it for 5 years and you've paid down 20,000. I know my math doesn't add up, but let's just go with that. You paid up 20,000. Now, this is pretty much 20,000 that you have that you can borrow to. So it's kind of like you have this 20,000 saved for you, set aside for you. So, it's also can be an emergency, fund, bank account, whatever you need it to be to use. So I think in a nutshell, I just believe that the whole property ownership is it's priceless. Especially if you have a family, there's no reason why you should be renting unless you are, in plans or that's just what works for your situation at that time.
Awesome. Awesome. And thank you so much for that great advice and information that you provided from, the immigration as well as being a real estate attorney. So anyone that's listening, of someone who is going to be purchasing a home, you definitely need to have a real estate attorney or even the immigration law. So you definitely want to reach out to Attorney Grace for all of your needs, because she also has a heart for people and loves God and loves God's people and want to make sure that you are well taken care of. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And thank you so much. Also, Attorney Grace, if you would provide some of your contact information. I do have some going across the screen, but give us your contact information with your website, your email address, and your phone number.
So, thank you very much for that. So, yes, office number is 312-619-0564. I'm just going to read what you have there. And the website is ericlawgroup.com. Email address is grace@ericlawgroup.com or info@ericlawgroup.com. You can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Okorie eric.law. That's my last name, all smushed together. So OKORIEERIC.law, LAW. That's my Instagram handle. And then from there, you can find everything else you need to know about me.
Yes. Awesome. And thank you so much, Attorney Grace, again, for being a part. And I'm going to take a break here and just say hello to the audience that is here. So hello. Hi, Beanie. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening to you too as well. God bless you all. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for joining on tonight and watching the Jafora Fox Show. Again, if you would please share this information so that others will have it and they will be able to get in contact with these two amazing guests. So share the information. Maybe it's not something that you need, but there is someone else that that may need the information. So please make sure that you would share the Facebook Live. And then here, thank you so much for tagging Brenda in the Facebook Live. And then also, yes, so true, Cindy, it's not how much you make, it's what you do with your money. So absolutely. And God bless you, Sister Mildred. Thank you so much for joining in as well on tonight. Again, please make sure that you share and tag others in the Facebook Live. Send those hearts and let me know that you're here, because I love to acknowledge you and say hello to you, because I do appreciate you taking out your time to tune in to the Jafora Fox Show. So at this time, I'm going to go and give you the other part of some business strategies that I do have in reference to the vendors. And so this list is what you would use to start off with smaller companies. And I like to put this information up because even if you're from the replay, and again, I want to say thank you so much to all of you who may watch on the replay. Thank you. Please share as well. You have the information out there for you. Instead of trying to write down and take the notes, the information is there. So you can go back to the replay and watch the information, or even on YouTube. So with that, some of the smaller vendors that you will use, it's just a few lists that you have. And these are the ones that I recommend starting off with. And you don't want to purchase, and you don't have to purchase, I say, anything more than $60. And these are some items that you can use. So you want to go to their website, look at their catalog and see what it is. And when you're doing this, a lot of times I hear people say, well, I'm not going to be able to use the things that are there. But, think about it that you're trying to set your business credit up. So it's also twofold. There are items I believe that you can use. I'm not giving you a list of things that I haven't done myself, but these are the ones that you can start off with. So I have Uline. Their website is there. Again, do your due diligence because some clients have utilized Uline and Quell as another one where they may make you pay up front for the item. Say they may ask you to pay 3 months so that they can kind of see how your record's going to be, your track record with paying your bills on time. But go ahead and proceed to do that because the items that you can use are household items, different things that you'll actually be able to use at home, or even if you have a brick and mortar at your office, you can also use those items there. Again, just make sure, start out small. $60 is the most that you need to spend in order for it to be reported so that you can make sure you're paying on time. You're including all of these things in your budget for what you will be needing to do to build your business credit. So the first one is Uline. Then there's Granger. And the the website, is listed there for you. There's Quell and there's Nav. Nav.com, they report to the Dun & Bradstreet, but also they will provide you with your score. So they'll help you with keeping up with your score and all of that information. And then they report the amount. So you want to make sure you choose the one. It's like $39.99. It is a monthly fee to do that, but they do report that amount to your Dun & Bradstreet. And then Summa is another one. There are some other ones out there as well, gas cards and things like that I've seen people do. They've gotten without having a Paydex score, but again, do your due diligence. I think it's best to just start off with these smaller companies. These companies report to Dun & Bradstreet. This will create your Paydex score quickly. And we talked about the number that you need is an 80. An 80 is what you need for your Paydex score. When you do speak with Dun & Bradstreet, as I stated before, they will try to sell you items and things like that. You don't need to purchase that. You don't need to. That's up to you if you do, but I'm telling you, in order for you to obtain your Paydex score, you don't need to purchase those items. So regardless of where you are in the life of your business, so maybe you've been in business before in a long time and you've not done your business credit, and that's okay. It's never too late to take the steps necessary to build Paydex score. And as again, that word fast, meaning it's relative. So don't think that again, it is a microwave process for you to obtain your Paydex score, but it is obtainable in that time frame, and it varies and it's different for everyone. So it could take someone, they may have gotten it done, and I've seen this where they've gotten it done in a month. They've gotten it done in 4 months. They've gotten it done in 6 months. It all depends on how, sometimes they say it's the luck of the draw, whatever they want to call it, with if they approve you or not and how it goes. You don't have control over that. I don't have control over that. But you want to make sure that you continue to follow the steps. And in following the steps, you will obtain that Paydex score. And then you begin to move on to the next tier. So don't try to get it all so fast. Because you need to manage this. You need to make sure you pay your bills on time. You need to make sure you're including this in everything that you're doing. So don't try to climb so fast. Don't look at what other people are doing, saying, well, I got this and I got that, because you do not know their whole portfolio and their whole story, how they're doing what they're doing. A lot of times on social media, people only tell you part of the information. They don't give you all of the information of how it's done, and then you run and do what you're trying to do, and it just may not work for you. So just follow these steps. These are 5 easy vendors for you to obtain that Paydex score, and you will be on your way to the other tiers. And so I'm going to take a moment here just to say hello, hello. Hi, Gussie, my cousin. Thank you so much for joining and watching. Thank you, thank you. And she's watching in from YouTube. Hi, Pastor Linda. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Here's a question. Is our real estate laws different from state to state, excuse me, Attorney Grace?
Yes, they are. So real estate laws are different from state to state because it's state law. And I'm licensed, sorry, and I forgot to mention that. I am licensed in real estate law in the state of Illinois. So I can only represent buyers or sellers in the state of Illinois. However, in terms of immigration law, immigration is a federal law. So it's a federal practice. So that means I can represent the clients anywhere in the 50 states of the United States. So yes, real estate are states. Real estate law differs from state to state.
Awesome. Great question. Thank you. Thank you. And then hello to as well to our next guest here. Thank you, Adrian, for joining in. God bless you. Make sure you all share, like, and tag others in the Facebook Live. And here, my grandson saying, I'm back. Thank you so much, Aaron, for coming back. Nana, love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless you. From Chicago, your hometown. Thank you, John, so much for joining on tonight. And please make sure that you would like, share, and tag others in this Facebook Live. And thank you again. So now I have our next guest here, which is none other than Mr. Perry, the CFO himself. And Perry K. Jefferies III. He is president of Diamond Equity Advisors, LLC. A Diamond Equity Advisor specializes in helping entrepreneurs and small business owners manage their cash flow, increase profits, and ultimately gain peace of mind while creating financial freedom. Perry, who is affectionately known as the entrepreneur CFO, says that the company's mission is to close the wealth gap one business at a time. So definitely awesome information that will be provided by our guest here, Perry K. Jefferies. So let me here. So God bless you. God bless you, Perry. Thank you so much for joining in on tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sister Jafora, for having me on here. Attorney Grace, loved your value-adding information here. Took some notes, and I just absolutely love what you're doing here, Jafora. This is absolutely amazing. So happy to be here. Honored to be a guest here on your show, and excited to provide some value and drop some gems so people can walk away with. So let me know where you want to start.
Yes. Thank you so much, Perry, for being a part and joining in. I'm so honored and excited to have you as well, and loving all of the great things that you're doing too. So if you could just please tell our audience, what is it that you do? And when you say the entrepreneur CFO, what does that mean?
So let me kind of give a little backstory. So I've been in the financial service industry for this year, 18 years. And when I say in the financial service industry, all 18 of those years have been advising clients and small businesses on creating wealth. This is what I've been doing for the past 20 years. So all 18 of those years have been client facing. So when I went independent in 2014 and started my own shop, and many of my clients were entrepreneurs, probably 80–90% of them. What I realized very quickly was what they needed wasn't a good, stock recommendation. It wasn't, should they invest in cryptocurrency? It wasn't, real estate. It wasn't none of those things that people would typically go to a traditional financial advisor for. What I found out was the need for most of these clients was understanding how to manage their cash flow as a business owner, because ultimately that cash flow is what's going to actually support and build the wealth, if that makes sense. So what I've ran into is that clients, entrepreneurs, I don't have to meet them. I don't have to know them. I don't have to see their books. I know they're going to have one of these 5 issues. One, they're going to have a tax issue. They're behind on taxes. They ain't paying no taxes. They owe taxes. I know that out the gate. 2, they're commingling funds. We call that micro embezzling, which means they're using personal to pay business, business to pay personal. Don't need to know you. Know you're probably doing that. 3, They don't know how to pay themselves. I get asked this question all the time. Perry, I have a business, but how do I pay myself consistently? Should I be on payroll? Should I be taking owner's draw? How much should I take? What's too much? What's not enough? You get that question. 4, they have no idea whether or not they're actually profitable. They're waiting on the bookkeeper and the accountant to tell them whether or not the business is profitable without knowing that from minute to minute, day by day. And then 5, they have some debt. So what I know without a shadow of a fact is before I talk to any business owner, they're going to have either one or all 5 of those issues. So what I started developing was, kind of going back to my skill set as being a real estate investor, being with very large firms, taking companies public, running one of the largest retirement centers in the country. I started kind of bringing all of that skill set together, Jafora, and it's like, this is what the people really need. The other stuff, we can do that all day long, the retirement plans and 401ks and things of that nature. But if we don't fix this issue, then there's no way we'll be able to close the wealth gap. So we kind of took it and became our mission to help businesses really get that button up, because if all of those are buttoned up and they're cash flow positive and they're profitable businesses, then wealth is easy to attain, because now we actually have the assets and also the systems to do it. So with that being said, we became a certified Profit First professional. Anybody who's familiar with the book Profit First, if you're not familiar with it and you're a business owner, you need to go get it. I'm one of, last time I checked, 350 Profit First professionals in the country. Typically those that credentials for somebody who's a bookkeeper or an accountant. I'm not. I own a financial investment advisory firm. So with that being said, we've become kind of that go-to, quote unquote, entrepreneur CFO. So that's how we got there. Kind of had to get that backstory just to kind of connect the dots.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for that, because that is important too as well. People need to know when you are looking for entrepreneurs, others to do things, find out their backstory, find out what they actually can do and have done. That is key and important too as well. And I've had a conversation with Perry about, even my own business. And that's another thing. You want to talk, you want to have a conversation. You want to talk about what it is you're doing and what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. And Perry is one who will be glad. He does a free consultation, as well as Attorney Grace do free consultation in talking. It's free. My consultation is free. So, and it's not often that that's given, that you are provided a free consultation. Take advantage of having a free consultation. And so, Perry, would you talk about, as well as like the funds, when you talk about their intermingling their funds, what is your suggestions on bank accounts? How many bank accounts should a business owner have?
Yeah, so this is always pretty interesting, because when we start working with clients, it's like, okay, so tell me the the story, the life story of your money. After you receive money from a client, from a sale, tell me where that money goes. And usually it goes into one account, and they pay personal and business bills out of that one account. And that's a no out the gate. So from a Profit First standpoint, that methodology requires us to have what we call 5 foundational accounts. We have an income account, we have an operating expense account, then we also have a profit account, a tax account, and an owner's compensation account. And this is, I'm not giving anybody any secret sauce right here. This can be found in the book itself. But out of those foundational accounts, what it does is stops the commingling of funds. And what it typically, really what it does, and it essentially is kind of goes back to the old envelope system that our parents or grandparents may have used, right? So when things were tight, it's like, hey, we got $100 in this month, 50 is going towards rent, 10 is going towards groceries, this going towards some school clothes, and this is going toward utilities. And you separated those things out. By separating those things out, now you've given all of those dollars a job. So one of our sayings in our company is, let no dollar go unemployed, right? A dollar is like children at home in the summertime during a pandemic with no school. You leave them at home, they're going to find trouble to get into, right? Your money's the same way. So you have to give your dollar a job before it even hits your bank account. So we recommend that you have those 5 foundational accounts that that you'll see in the Profit First methodology.
Awesome. That is great information to have. So make sure that you all are listening to that part. If you are a business owner, you know someone that's a business owner, again, please make sure you share, tag, and like others in this Facebook Live. So Perry, also talk about in that and increasing the revenue, and some of the ways that, as you talked about before, where you're just trying to create that wealth for a entrepreneur and their family. So what are some of the things that you suggest to your clients with trying to create wealth? What does that look like when someone maybe not have enough money, or their starter business, and they're saying, well, how can I try to create wealth at this time?
Well, First place we got to start is what's the definition of wealth? And I actually hate the word. I think it's overused, and I see it all the time. Everybody's wealth, 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 and then you ask them, so how do you measure wealth? How do you define it? And there's usually crickets in the room. So I'm going to give my definition. I'm not saying it's the best definition. I'm not saying it's the only definition, but this is the definition that is the foundation of any advice I give clients. Wealth is not a number. It's not a nest egg per se. Okay, what we define and kind of measure wealth is how long could you maintain your quality of life if you were to stop doing what you do right now to generate income? So let me let that sink in for a second. If you're a doctor, if you're a janitor, you're a school teacher, you're a coach, you're an online marketer, if you stop whatever it is you're doing today, you actively did not show up, how long would you be to maintain your quality of life? So a lot of times people mistake income for wealth. That's not the case. I have clients who are doing 7 figures in income, but that's not what they're netting or they're profiting, right? So that's a vanity number. So wealth is truly measured in time. So if we kind of use that to level set and make sure we're all on the same page, how I go about helping people identify wealth is we look at wealth in units of time, not by how much is in your bank account. Because if your monthly bill is at $10,000 a month, and you have 5,000 in your bank account, you ain't wealthy, right? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we look at what you own kind of divided by what your monthly expenses are. And so Attorney Grace even kind of spoke to this about the real estate piece. You know, do you own that equity? Can you access that equity? Can you access the money in your stocks, in your stock portfolio? Can you access the money in your business? Can your business function without you? So first and foremost, everybody, before we move forward with the wealth conversation, is how long could you maintain your quality of life, all in bills, you know, mortgage, rent, travel, groceries, utilities, the whole nine, if you stop working today? Do you have 12 units of wealth? Do you have 40 units of wealth? Do you have 1 day of wealth? I hear people say, Perry, man, shoot, I'm waiting for direct deposit to hit right now. I'm totally out of wealth, right? So don't let people's income fool you, because that doctor who's making $500,000 but got, you know what I'm saying, you know, $20,000 a month in monthly expenses is not wealthy, right? So let's make sure we level set that. Now, to go back to your initial question, how do we help them attain wealth? We first start off with getting a good definition of what wealth is, how we measure it, and then we reverse engineer and build the business that way. Your business is a vehicle to get you to your personal goals. So what is your wealth number per month that you need to hit? Now let's build a business that kind of points to that. And now we can reverse engineer and chomp away at that number. So if you need $4,000 a month, then first thing we need to do is get the business doing 4,000, right? So I know everybody wants to do 6 and 7 figures. How about we just get it to do the number to cover our monthly nut? Then now we can build upon that. So then it comes down to systems. What systems do you have in place? I'll give this last gem away. It's a dope book out there. It's probably the most powerful book I read here recently. It's called Making Money is Killing Your Business. Author's name is Chuck Blakeman. We're friends on Facebook if you want to check him out there. But in his book, Chuck says a business needs 3 systems. It needs a systems for operations, a systems for marketing, and a systems for finances. So you have to have these systems, because there's no way you as an entrepreneur can run all of these systems effectively. So you either need to have the people who run the systems, or you need to know the systems and put them in place. When you put those systems in place, now you can reverse engineer and build a business that really gives you wealth. Because wealth for you may be a business that runs on its own without you having to show up, that kicks off $100,000 a year. If that covers what you need to not have to show up and cover your lifestyle, that's your number. So that's what we do. And I think even Attorney Grace may have said it, you know what I'm saying, or either you or Sister Jafora, don't compare yourself to others. What's wealth for you is not the same as this person next door. So you want to know what your numbers are, and then reverse engineering into how you hit those numbers on a consistent basis, and to the point where it's residual and it happens whether or not you show up or not. That's wealth.
Awesome. I mean, definitely a great answer to that question. And we have some questions here. Just want to say hello. Let's see. And Adrian said that was good. And then there was a question. Can you type in the name of the book in the comments? I think the first one that you gave.
Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. So the name is Profit First. Just I'll see if I can type it in here. Okay. I don't know if they're on Facebook, but I'll type it
yeah,
in.
she's on. This is a Facebook. Yes.
Yeah. So Profit First. That's the name of that first book.
Okay. And then let's see. Hi, Toy and Camille, my brother in love and sister in love. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in tonight. Please make sure you share and tag others in this Facebook Live. Thank you. Thank you. And then there's a question, Perry says, would all the accounts have to be at one bank?
Yes.
So all of the different separating out of the accounts can be at one bank.
Yeah, because the way that system works from a fundamental standpoint is a lot more moving parts to into this. But what you want to do is separate those functions of the money. So you have one account that receives. Its only job is to receive income. That's all it does. It doesn't pay any bills. You can't put your hand into it and go get a haircut or get your nails done, right? You know what I'm saying? All it does is receive income. So that's that one account. Then you have an account where you have money set aside for profit, hence profit first. And from there, you have a tax account, you have an operating expense account, and you have an owner's compensation account. They all need to be at the same bank because periodically what you're going to do is transfer money from the income account to those other accounts. If you're at separate banks and you're dealing with, different guidelines as far as when monies are going to be available and whatnot, the system is going to be clunky and doesn't work, and you're going to get frustrated and not do it. So you want to have all the accounts at the same bank. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Great question. And Julie said, right, sir. And then the other, making money that killing your business, read this book. Awesome. Adrian has read this book. Great, great, great. Profit First, she did put that in there. So thank you. Thank you. Awesome questions, comments, information from Perry. And so Perry, finally, if you would give them your contact information, and I will put it across the screen as well. And that's the information Perry has put about that book, so you can have that information.
Yeah. So the easiest way to really connect to me is just go to perryjefferies.com. That's PerryJeffries, perryjefferies.com. On that, if there's a free resource page, from there you can get access to our pre-recorded webinars. We do webinars on different topics. Right now, a hot topic is, the SBA funding. So whether you're talking about the EIDL loan or the PPP, we have a ton of that stuff on YouTube, completely complimentary or free resources there for you. You can get on our calendar from there if you need to schedule a consultation. And then we're going to be rolling out our past membership here soon. That information will be on as well. So if you go to perryjefferies.com, you'll be able to find all of that on there. Definitely go to the free resource page. And we do have a entrepreneur ecosystem Facebook group. Where it's just entrepreneurs in there. It's not selling, it's not shoot your shot. Let me market, my XYZ. It's literally for us to support each other and share different strategies around creating wealth, and also too for people to connect and build an ecosystem. We're real big on the whole ecosystem piece. So we believe if you win, if I can help you win, I win, in the long run, and just kind of creating things and moving from that standpoint. So that's one of our company's core values, and that's why we created the group.
Awesome. And again, Perry, thank you so much to you for being a part and on a guest on the Jafora Fox Show, as well as you, Attorney Grace. And so I want to announce our upcoming guest always for next, and this is the great news before I even go to the upcoming guest. I have just an amazing announcement. God is absolutely amazing. He is mindful of his children, and God answers prayers, And what has happened for the Jafora Fox Show, that God has placed this gentleman from Live Manna Worldwide, Joshua Berglund, and I thank him for being obedient to God, that God placed me, Jafora Fox, on his mind and heart to say, I love what you're doing, and I want to help you expand Jafora Fox Show so that it can go global throughout all of the other channels and networks, yes, besides Facebook and YouTube. And I am so excited about that, you all. And from that and with that, I'm going to say this word, that change is good. And if it's a good thing, there's nothing wrong with change. And so because of that, the Jafora Fox Show will be on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. instead of Wednesday at 7 p.m. because the network that he has, they didn't have a slot. So guess what Jafora is going to do? First, I prayed and asked God, what would you have for me to do, of course? and then I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to be so stuck on a day or this time or that time, because God has opened up an avenue for me. He has enlarged my territory. My husband and I have been in our morning time prayer, have been praying for that. God, enlarge my territory, enlarge what it is that I'm doing, because I want the information of what I'm providing, as well as spotlighting the entrepreneurs. I want them to go global as well. So when you come, your information and that will be global also. I'll be still streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. I have expanded to the Live Manna Worldwide Multimedia Broadcast Network, which is distributed through Roku. So you can put that app on through your TV, the Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Periscope, Twitter, just to name a few. So set your reminders. The Jafora Fox Show will be every Thursday starting February 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then I do my God's word study. And I say, okay, God, I'll just go ahead and move that too as well. So that will be on Wednesdays at 12 noon Central Standard Time, starting February the 17th at 12 noon. And so mark your calendars. Know that God is mindful of everything that we do. And I just want to give a big thank you to Joshua and the Live Manna Worldwide for helping to enlarge the territory of the Jafora Fox Show and God's Word Study. God is absolutely amazing. And always, with everything that I say, to God be the glory for everything that He has done, everything that He's doing, and everything that He is going to do. God has expanded the Jafora Fox Show. And I must say, I know y'all see it there. I am Jafora Fox. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to my guests. Thank you all so much, for being a part. These two and all of the guests that I have on and that will be coming on are amazing entrepreneurs. They are amazing individuals. They are great individuals who love God, who care about people. And that is absolutely important to me. This is built upon God. He is the one who said, this is what I want you to do, Jafora. This is how I want you to do it. God is about season. God is about timing. But know that if you keep planting good seed, know that your harvest is coming. Know that regardless of what anybody else is doing, you be effective in what God has called for you to do, because He's already has your assignment waiting. He already has people waiting. I just gave you a testimony where someone called me. They reached out to me and asked me. So God has your name on the heart and mind of others. So that's why it's okay to share. That's why it's okay to help others. That's why it's okay to provide free information, because you reap what you sow. If you give out and you sow good, good will come back to you. The other part of that is that if you sow bad, curses will come back to you too as well. So we want to be mindful and careful of how we're sowing in this season, so that we can reap a harvest that God has for us, because this is not about me. This is about helping and serving others. And that's why I love the God's Word study too as well. It gives me an opportunity every week to talk about God's word. So now this can go globally, that people will be able to hear God's word, which is absolutely amazing. And you all, I am so thankful. I'm so grateful. And you know what? It doesn't even start here. This is just the beginning of what God has. And God is no respective person. If He did it for me, surely He will do it for you. And so I just want to go and say, thank you all so much again for watching. I just want to kind of go back to some of the comments here, because I thank you all. Thank you, Brenda, so much. Thank you to Adrian. Thank you, Brenda, for your congratulations to each of you all. Thank you, Gussie, my cousin. Thank you to my mother-in-law. Thank you to my sister-in-law. Thank you, Allison. And just to every one of you all, I just say thank you. I don't take this lightly or for granted. When people are saying something to me, I like this avenue to be able to engage with people. Thank you to my sister-in-law, to my cousin, to another dear sister of mine. Thank you all so much. And here my cousin said, I knew it. We just talked on last week after my last show, and she called me and she said, Jafora, I just see something else for you. and I'm not going to tell the other because I know how she is, but I'm so thankful to my friends, my family who are supporting me. Don't take that for granted lightly or anything like that. One of the other things too as well. Thank you so much, John. Thank you. Someone else. Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you to Pastor Linda. Amen. Here from Adrian, and amen. So thank you all so much for your comments. I do appreciate that. One of the things I want to leave our entrepreneurs with to know and understand is that when I talked to him about this and I got started with my first show, he said to me, Jafora, it doesn't matter who watch. It doesn't matter who share. And from the place of, it doesn't matter who not to say I don't appreciate you all doing it. That's why I'm asking, because I want the information to go out. But what he wanted me to know is, don't look at the numbers. Just click that live button and you do what God said for you to do, and the rest will be added. And so that's what I want to tell each and every one of you all that are doing things, that are trying to make a difference in the life of other people. Don't worry about that part. Just keep your eyes on God. God is going to send that person that is needed for you in your business. He'll send you what you need. He'll send it to you when you need it, because he is mindful of his children. And I am a living witness. That's what I live by. That's what I go by. And that's what I will continue to say. So also, if you want to be a guest on the Jafora Fox Show, Let's Talk Business, you can go to my website, which is www.jaforafox.com, or my link tree. It's a quick link. You can click on that and be a guest. You can find out about all of the services and things that I have, who I am, what I'm doing, with all of the things that I am doing with my doctorate, my PhD. Yes, Dr. Jafora Fox as well. To God be the glory. It's nothing so grand about me. I'm telling you all this to say that you can do it too. Just put in the work. Just make it happen. Do your part, and God will surely show up and he will do the rest. So again, a big thank you to Joshua from Live Manna Worldwide for sponsoring me, the Jafora Fox Show. Sponsoring me. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so eternally grateful for that. I'm so thankful that you all are watching. And I got so excited this time on starting the show that I forgot to play my intro. My youngest son, he created this. That's why I say God will give you what you need. He did my jingle, my song for the Jafora Fox Show. So I must play it for you all before I close out. I usually do both the beginning and the end, but I must play it in the end. So just stay tuned. Don't leave yet.
Jafora Fox, let's talk business. Let's turn it up a notch. It's your time to shine. Jafora Fox, it's all coming together. Keep your eyes on God and tune in, and let's talk with Jafora Fox.
So there you all go, Jafora Fox Show. Thank you. God bless you. And thank you to both of my amazing guests again. And just finally, I have to make sure that I let you all know who will be my guests for next week. I have upcoming Lauren Martin. Lauren is the owner of El Woo Enterprises, LLC. And also Catherine Staten. She is owner of Kathy's Creams and Things. And so as always, the information will go out letting you know. Stay tuned. Support these entrepreneurs. Be a part of what the Jafora Fox Show is doing, because what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. So God bless you all again. And you all, I just have to say this. I am going to have to play this song one more time. I got to play this one more time, and let you all know about
Jafora Fox, let's talk business. Let's turn it up a notch. It's your time to shine. Jafora Fox, it's all coming together. Keep your eyes on God and tune in, and let's talk with Jafora Fox.
Jafora Fox. You know? So thank you. God bless each and every one of you all. Have an amazing night. Be safe. Keep praying. Know that God is mindful, and always thank you to my husband for always supporting and being there. Love you, Deacon Fox. God bless you. And here he said, that's okay, Deacon Fox. So thank you. He is working, so he always tries to tune in. But thank you. I appreciate you so much, Deacon Fox, and to each of you all for watching the Jafora Fox Show. So God bless you. God bless you. And know that I love you with the love of the Lord. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.